One of my left-wing guilty pleasures is that I sometimes watch Hassan Piker. I write about the US for a living, and it's a useful way to keep up with the country's current affairs. That said, while I find most of his political positions to be okay as far as US leftism goes, I'm usually quite disappointed whenever he talks about the police, since he doesn't consider himself an abolitionist and also often inveighs against anarchism from what I would consider to be kind of a childish perspective. You see, the problem here is that he thinks policing is something that every society does, just because he defines police as something that includes the simple adjudication of disputes or the enforcement of social norms. And I think this kind of overly broad definition forgets what makes modern policing a separate evil entity. For one, it is a professional organization. That is to say, we treat the enforcement of law or social order as something that only a specific class of people is capable of performing, instead of something we organize communally, for instance. On top of that, it's not even strictly law enforcement that so-called law enforcement agencies busy themselves with. Strictly speaking, I would argue that their main role is the enforcement of social hierarchies, to make sure that certain crimes go punished, certain crimes go unpunished, and even certain innocent people are punished if they just happen to find themselves in those categories of people that are on the bottom rungs of the social hierarchy. What we mean when we talk about police abolition is not the elimination of all forms of social self-regulation. That would be absurd. But for one, it is eliminating the professionalization of this kind of entity or force, disaggregating also the various functions that are now included in policing, like being the people who respond to mental health calls and the like, into a broader set of more diverse skills that different kinds of people are able to perform. So, Hassan, next time you talk about policing, maybe be a bit more gracious towards those who advocate for abolition. And anarchists, by the way, since you like a stateless society as much as the rest of us, apparently.